Next thing, I would like to accept Tyler Dunn's resignation from the and
Regretfully second.
many years of service on the budget committee. Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you.
Tyler, do you wanna, you don't have to, but anything you wanna add, just since you're here?
Oh no, I just want to thank the town for allowing me to serve on the committee. I regrettably had to leave it just for some personal reasons, but I look forward to seeing what it does in the future.
Thanks, Tyler.
We have another resignation. Doug Stevens resigned from the planning board because of his future work. So I'd like to make a motion to accept Doug's resignation regretfully.
Yeah, thanks.
And vote 3-0.
Who was the second on that?
I think Carl was first. We were almost at the same moment.
And I have someone that is interested, unless you have someone.
I have not heard from anybody.
Well, Michael Smith has been interested for several months. He just happens to be sitting here. If you would like to ask any questions of Mike, you can ask. No pressure. No pressure.
Planning board or budget committee?
Planning board. Thank you, Tina.
I figured just me.
You're gonna be on the planning. We're gonna see that.
Are you waiting on the edge of your
You were
seat?
supposed to wait to say that until after the distinguished select members decided my fate.
Well, I'd like to make a motion to accept Mike on the planning board. This would be a 1 year. Because we'll be talking about that later.
Yeah.
My motion is for accepting Mike. Second, and vote. Great. All you have to do is go and see the clerks.
Okay.
And they will swear you in.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet.
All right.
But I appreciate
I'll hold my tongue.
Right.
Mike, since you're conveniently sitting
Yeah.
right here,
Yeah.
would you like to fill out
Yeah.
your little section down below?
Yeah, just the info.
Yeah. Thank you.
Who said it?
Might be nice. I don't know. There you go.
Get stolen or something.
It's a communal pen.
She's already got it.
The North Road drainage. Matt,
Yes,
do you have any information for us on the North Road?
I've had a septic designed out,
Yep.
and it's gonna be a pretty elaborate system because it's 20 by 80. The concerns that Mr. Brown has and has identified in here is this, we've got to do something with the water coming down over the hill. That's why we put the system in.
That's exactly what we need to do.
Correct.
Yeah.
So somehow we gotta get from where we are now, I guess, to some kind of an easement and an agreement to an easement. That's gonna satisfy both of us.
I'm supposed to be talking with the engineer sometime this week. Why don't we hold off until I talk with them?
I did talk with Dave Allen.
Yes,
a
he's the
couple
one.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that I got, anyways with talking with him. Basically, he had talked with you folks. And said that you guys were supposed to have gotten the easements before this ever got to this point.
Yep.
But he said that he was gonna be willing to come out and talk to me about it, but was very hesitant to, voice any concerns or statements about what was going on. He wanted to know what he could do for this right now. And I'm like, well, we've got to do something about this water. And he just, well, let's see if we can get together. And he didn't take down my name, a number or nothing. He wanted me to email him and I'm like, I just felt like I got to walk.
Well, 2 weeks ago, he was right in the middle of all that storm damage and he really was. He didn't want to talk to me either, because he had pressing matters. Let me get together with him early this week.
Is that something that maybe the three of us could get together with?
Yeah. Okay.
Just off the cuff, how does abatements work? If we was to approach that kind of conversation.
This wouldn't be an abatement though. This would be an easement. So it'd be two different things. Abatements would be write-offs on your taxes due to miscalculations on the assessment.
Okay,
This would be, an easement would actually take down the value of
Right,
what you're taxed on.
right.
right.
So that doesn't have to come in under abatement?
No,
Okay. So the only thing we can do is talk about what kind of, number that we can come up with.
Right.
All right.
easements are simple things. It's simple, like CMP getting a pole
Right,
easement, something like that. Spectrum contract, we didn't meet with them, so
Not
I
yet.
don't have much to say about that. And the community center, Modern Pest came out and they gave us a figure and it's just outrageous. It's more than what it is here. I don't see us coming up with this kind of money for what little they saw at the community center.
Did now I can't remember in this email thread, did the community center have
It's a-
any feelings about
Yes,
did the board want to do anything?
I don't
guess is my
know.
question.
It's a monthly charge of $140, plus a $2,000 upfront.
Yeah, that was why.
Yeah, you know, I would think we could put out some mousetrap, not mousetraps, but something.
Yeah.
But
What was it from?
Modern Pest, it just seems like about a little overkill.
What I know is, the older the building, the more they charge, because there are more places they have to, for remediating, trying to water
Yeah.
passage and everything.
Yeah, I can see why it's pricier there then.
But they don't have food there.
Yeah, they do.
They do. There's
A lot of
there.
there. They always have cookies and donuts and muffins and,
If it's worth it, they're really worth it.
Modern Pest, yeah,
We've had them for years and we have them, I think they come 3 or 4 times a year. It's about 200, now it's gotten up to about $250 a visit.
Yeah.
But stuff is dead. I mean.
yeah,
We don't have any ants, we don't have anything.
right.
At all, 0. So, for what it's worth.
Can you negotiate with them on that 2,000?
I don't know.
Since you have other service in town,
Yeah, it just seems
yeah, that's.
an awful lot of money. I figured with us already have an agreement with some, with the
Right.
town here, we would get a better price, but
Well, we
I don't
did
know.
have, when we got them for the town hall, first off, we did pay an upfront quite a bit because we have had existing mics.
right,
Mhm.
So now it's just maintenance type things. We did pay close
but
to
we
$1,000.
didn't see very much. There was a few droppings behind the stove, and that was it.
Mhm.
That was all we saw.
I mean, part of the issue you got down there too, is you got the town beach that, and I don't know how often the trash gets emptied, but it ain't every day, so that's bringing them in as well.
Yeah. Right,
Should I just check in with the committee and see
Yeah.
what they'd like to do to
Yeah.
proceed? Yeah, okay.
you have,
Yeah, I have.
a copy of
Yeah,
that, so.
yeah.
How much you spend with them already?
At this place here, it's, I think it's $99 a month.
Somebody should be able to negotiate.
Did you mention to them that we already have a contract?
Yeah, he had our contract with him.
The one thing is, because it's a town, it's the community center is a town building. We really aren't supposed to put out decon and stuff on our own. We're supposed to have licensed applicators.
Right.
I wonder if the committee would be interested in paying the 2,000 out of
They're fun.
their fund, and then
Then we
the
pay them.
monthly could
We
be
pay them
in
monthly.
their bills.
If we
I'll,
could-
I'll,
If we
get a
could-
copy of that.
if we could
Yeah.
negotiate.
That should have gone in my.
It's right on my, well, you can have this actually.
Yeah,
It's
so
on,
thank you. I
my
just need it
email.
for the file.
The problem is, we don't have it in the budget. Next year.
Yeah.
Right.
They did to their budget flat out 88.
Oh, yeah,
for
it's the same
operations.
as the,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And can I see that book for contracts? I don't think the plow contracts are up this year.
So next,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's next winter. Yeah.
Same with the option, so where else? It's sitting there. I didn't have anything else on the transfer station. On the community resilience. Should we set up a town meeting
I think we should, yeah.
Yeah,
and see what the town is looking for? Start getting some gold.
yes, actually, I'm in an email thread with Harold.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna touch base with him later this week. Because I think he, through his day job, would be happy to
Yep.
help,
Right,
put it together.
right.
So I can. See what dates might work. And I was just pulling up this email. Because his suggestion would be to try to hold the workshop before mid-June, because they just announced grant funds And if we want to enroll in the first round of grants, then that would be coming up this summer. So we could always hold off. If it felt too
That's
tight,
kind of
but
quick.
yeah,
When would be the next round?
I don't think they know yet.
I did post the document that Harold provided to on the website under documents, community resilience.
Yeah,
What's the community?
it's, they have grants available to towns for maximum of 50,000.
50,000, right?
And the conditions, what did they have that you could use it for?
Long list,
Yeah, a long list.
Roads?
but
Roads are a possibility, yes. But things related to climate change and
Oh, yeah.
it includes considering solar, I think, and things like that.
Um,
Although
I was gonna bring that up.
Not, is that from a government agency or not?
government.
Can we get a list?
So here's a few of the things: ensuring roads and bridges are prepared for sudden floods, taking steps to cope with drought and other extreme weather conditions, assessing regional and demographic vulnerabilities, incorporating changing concerns into town policies, plans, processes, and ordinances, reducing emissions and transitioning to sources of clean energy. Pretty wide array of
So
things.
you can, if you can submit a grant for anything under those categories.
Right, and if you work with an adjoining community, you can get up to 125,000.
Do we have to have any contributory money?
I don't believe so.
So I'll check in with Harold later this week and
Yep.
we'll see about some potential
Okay.
these times. Okay.
There's one thing I was gonna bring up tonight is solar at the old transfer station. We should start looking into that.
Okay.
Do you have any?
Well, I know organizations like Revision Energy will manage that kind of a thing, so we can reach out to them and see, get a conversation started to get more information about what it might entail.
Okay, you wanna check into that?
Oh, what's going on with the old transfer station?
Nothing, but we just thought it might be a nice site for a solar panel,
Oh,
you know, just sitting there doing nothing.
Let you know what they're doing with the solar panels, they're having a hard time getting rid of them. There's really a lot of backlash, even more and more, all the United States. So I think it's a bad thing for the town to get into myself.
At one point, Clyde had looked into putting wind power back there. Wind turbines, and it wasn't a big enough area
Yeah.
to make it worthwhile for anybody to invest in.
You don't have any birds in it. That's the problem, they're killing against birds with this.
It's legal to kill bald eagles.
Oh, yeah.
With wind power.
well, they need to take down trees in order to make these.
No, it's all open. It gets mowed every year.
Yeah, but there's enough access to the sun there.
That's
I
what we
think that's
have
what
to
we
look
need to find
at.
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
What, is that 2 acres? How big is that?
I'm not sure.
I think about, right?
Clyde was looking into it, but he never followed that.
Okay.
Okay, I wanted to bring up committee terms. I wrote a letter to MMA about committees and boards, and I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They specifically talked about boards, planning boards and the appeals board. Both those should be they should be sworn in. And all boards, committees, and all things like this should have a year terms only. Unless you have a charter. If you have a charter, then you can do other things. We don't have a charter,
Yeah, in your ordinance, right?
correct?
Yeah.
That's why I put Mike on for 1 year. So,
I can't remember, did they have a suggestion, Bob, about, like, since since right now, everyone's on
I
there,
know, I would say July 1st, we ought to just,
start like
everybody.
fresh.
Did they say that you can have staggered terms, 3
You
years?
can,
Well, what it would be like, for instance, if you put Michael for a 1 year, when his 1 year term comes up, if he still wants to be appointed again, he would go to a 3 year. So then everybody would be at a 3 year term, but they would be staggered terms, so nobody
Yeah,
all
but
leaves
they're
at
only 1 year
time.
terms.
Okay, see, that must have been why they changed. That's why I need to take that class.
Yeah.
Because it used to be you could stagger the planning board, 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think,
Can we create 3-year terms or longer terms?
Right,
Because the
we
reason,
can.
the reason I'm asking is that
We
there
can.
is an investment in terms of the training for those classes. And I
Yes.
don't want that training just to
Right.
walk out the door if possible.
Right, just because it's a 1 year term doesn't mean
Right,
they boot it off.
Right, exactly, and that's the thing.
right.
That's the beauty of staggering it, is you don't
Right.
have to start from the beginning, the OJT and experience gained and some of the initiatives, you don't use that all wholesale, there's turnover and.
And 99.9% of the time, if somebody wants to stay on that board or committee, you're gonna let them.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have so they're not gonna mind the 1 year if you keep it 1 year, but if you do the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year and stagger them, you never lose anybody all at once and
yeah,
but it's up to you, but yes. Into that.
And then those two boards should be sworn in.
Mhm.
The rest of the committees, they don't need swearing in. They don't make any decisions. So that they don't need to be sworn in.
Yeah,
They're
that's
just-
changed too. That's why I didn't
advisories.
take that class, because we used to have to swear in every single person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm having the question mark over my head too.
I was just thinking, because I understood that they were supposed to be sworn, if a committee is going to be expending money. Now, all money has to be expended after your approval, but
Right.
that's not true, because the special revenue, like library and community center, can expend money before you approve it, because that's special revenue.
They're advisory boards
Okay,
only.
but they can expend money.
Yeah, but it has to go through us.
No, they can expend it, but in the town's name, and we'd still be liable for it,
Right,
even though you haven't approved it.
right. Well,
You can't approve me paying it, but you make the liability for the town.
yeah,
So that's the only reason I question that one.
That's, yeah, because like I still have the question mark, because it never used to, you used to have your staggered terms on your committees, and like our rec committee, they would have their end budget, and if they wanted to spend money, they would just say, hey, I'm gonna go order my 20 yards of mulch for the playground, and it's gonna cost me this much, and send it to the treasurer, and boom, you were done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but so I'm gonna be, hopefully you've signed me up for that. That's what that municipal court law for clerks.
Yeah.
Is for what we're talking about, things that we're talking about right now, all that legal stuff, things that how to do a motion properly, that kind of stuff. That would be very helpful. If I'm questioning that second half of that.
okay. Moving on. DOT is gonna be working on the Wings Mill Bridge at the dam. Should be starting, when is it?
Today,
Oh, today, okay. 2 weeks on each side. And they have a traffic control light. Should be done in 4 weeks.
Is that something that I can maybe make up a quick poster and send that in and out on MailChimp to everybody to let
Yep.
them know? Because sometimes I'll go that way to go to work, and if it's closed, I'm gonna be mad.
I think I gave it to
it
you.
was posted on the website. Yes.
Okay, oh, okay, okay.
Well, it's not closed per se, it's just one
One
lane,
lane.
yeah, you can go.
One
you can go
Okay.
there. Yeah,
not like Castle Island.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, public hearing for the liquor license for the Lake Hill. I'm gonna post it 7 days in advance, and we'll have it at the next select board meeting.
Perfect.
Okay.
So it went through the planning board. Okay.
Yes, it did, and it was approved.
Bob, what is that?
Um,
License for-
liquor license for a
Catering, right?
Yeah, cheap
Catering.
catering, on-site catering, by invitation only.
yeah, at a place on the Lake Hill Road.
So
We had it,
the
we had it
business there,
zoning, we had
like
a
a-
zoning change. For that, we had a site review. Last meeting.
Oh, they had a zoning change.
Yeah, they
What
changed the zoning on it for. I don't know what it was before, but they changed it now, it's just rural something. I've got it in the minutes, but,
But she has like a destination catering. Company wants to do a business from
yeah, I'm
there.
excited about it. And no food is served on site, it's all, she pre-makes it in her state, approved kitchen, and then she brings over the food to the area.
It's like a barn, similar to.
Yep, that's what it is, it's kind of, I think it is a barn.
Venue type of thing.
But it's on Lake Hill.
Didn't know the planning board changed zoning.
Yeah.
Well, not zoning, but the use is,
Use.
I'm sorry, the use, I wasn't using the right word.
Change of use.
Yeah. I don't have them ready in my notes. Sorry, wrong wording.
Ready for another one? Someone had a driveway washout on the Wings Mill Road again. And complained to Lee. Lee talked with me about it. I sent a letter into the state. The guy happened to work for DOT. He's quoted a section 3251. I gave that figure to our legal staff. They told me that 3251 has no bearing on the situation. What happened was he lives right next to a bog, and when the stream, Belgrade Stream, rose, it filled the bog up, went into his driveway. When it went down, it took his driveway out. What washed out wasn't even close to the road. The road was sloped away from his driveway, had nothing to do with it. It was an open and shut case. I just wanted to let you guys know.
Notice you have a hole in your driveway or your parking.
I noticed that. I gotta bring a probe up and find out what's going on.
Yeah, looks like something was dropped.
Don't step in it. I have
Put it underneath you.
Yeah, hopefully not.
another appointment to make. Christine Merchant to the Aging in Place Committee for 1 year.
One second.
Nominate. Vote. 3.
Yeah.
Told her she didn't have to come in and get sworn in.
There we go.
Oh. Okay, did you bring this up, or the grant that we're looking for, that Northern,
Right.
we should get started on that right off. The
Yeah, I sent-
reason for it is, this is a grant application that could be up to $500,000, right?
it's actually up to $1 million.
Up to $1 million. We can apply for, all northern states, northern New England states can apply for this grant. And what I was thinking about was Locks Corner. Lee has checked into Locks Corner, and he figures a complete retrofit of that corner, lifting it up, putting a bridge in it, would be about $250,000. I think we have to go through DEP and DOT for it. If we have to go through those, it's gonna take us quite a bit of time. It may even take us more than a year. So we probably should get going on it right off. So I'm gonna talk to Lee, see if he can put some figures together and start the ball rolling through DEP and DOT.
All right, I sent this one pager to Aaron for the roads committee.
Yep.
So I'm assuming that the roads committee will work with Lee on
May
this.
have to go faster than that, though.
Yeah, I think the road committee is still trying to get off the ground. Trying to
Okay.
figure out who's, working through what and, probably, I mean, all things roads, if that's gonna work, then it's gonna be in conjunction with Lee and the committee or whatever, and kind of, they're almost there to assist Lee in forward planning and long-term, whatever,
Yeah.
but I think you're
Yeah,
right.
I'll sit down with Lee and see if we have to go, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to go through DEP.
Is it a stream that runs year round?
Yeah, this is the Locks Corner on the Bean Road.
Yeah, if you gotta go, you probably have to DEP plus, there's
Yeah.
another department you have to go through.
Yeah. So, yeah, Bill might be able to give us a clue on who to start with too.
That grant, the Catalyst program actually allows up to a $3 million grant in certain circumstances.
Well,
Any matching required?
I'm talking about the side on the other side of the Cottle Hill Bridge, like.
Yeah.
Or
That whole
where it
corner.
goes underneath, yeah.
Yeah, the whole corner needs to be raised.
Not that I see.
Lee's talking about doing all that, but on something like that, that's where an engineer, if you had someone come in, an
Yeah.
engineer came in
Oh,
there, and you really.
Yeah.
You wanted to have someone come do some of the roads, those are the places where you could get someone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because they could see how much water is flowing on the big storm.
Yep, absolutely.
Could we potentially use this for the Lake Hill Bridge too?
Man,
Do we know when they're gonna do the Blake Hill Bridge?
24, 25.
So next year?
Yeah.
Or?
I received a bid from Deep Root Tree to take a large maple out of the cemetery on the Spring Hill Road.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
gone through, they're the fifth one I talked to, and they're the only ones I got a bid from. And I'd like to make a motion to accept their bid for $1,350, which is well under the price that we had.
It's a great price.
What?
That's a great price.
That we had set aside to do it.
Yeah, second.
And let's see. We'll put that to,
Here, Rich.
Well, just a question, is that gonna fit in what you have planned for the
Yes.
budget for the cemetery?
yeah, we planned on 2,000. So,
Thank you.
the water test at the community center.
Yeah,
Okay, I found that, well, Clyde found that he knew where the well was. It's the old Aliano well. There used to be a trailer
Mm.
over this side of the beach, or where the loading area is for the boats.
where the old loading area. was. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, it's a well, it's well above the ground. And it had to have been submerged when it flooded. So I'm sure it had problems. It'll need to be sharp. So I let them know.
Okay.
community center know.
So
So I guess they'll have someone in the chocolate.
for now, everyone, FYI, we're not drinking water at the
Drink water.
community center. Don't do it. We all got in, nope.
I
My phone was that loud.
I submitted, freedom of information to, Barbara Scapa. She asked for more information, and I submitted that, sent it out, middle of last week.
And I have not heard back from animal welfare, and I've left 2 messages, so.
Oh,
Thank you for doing that, Tina.
Not a problem.
and that's it. That's all I have.
I had a question.
Yep.
On this grant for the school. First grant that you talked about.
Resilience.
Resilience. Why don't we look at powering the town hall building with solar panels and start off that way? I think that would be probably a really good use for this thing.
I agree.
And, you know, and if there's anything else, other.
Other town buildings.
Huh?
Other,
Yeah.
the same, other
I mean,
town
you're
buildings.
sitting
yeah.
here
Right.
in the sun. Why not start there? And I think that should be a no-brainer for these people.
It's a good idea. Mhm.
Yeah. You could put them on the roof here.
Probably could, yes. That's probably the cheapest way to do it, too.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah, yeah. Cheapest way and boom. Everybody's happy. We're saving the planet.
Yeah, I'd look at community center.
Community center,
Yeah.
Fire department,
Yeah.
Library.
library. Little shadier there, but maybe
Yeah.
on the front
Gotta be
half, yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, well, we're looking at it. Why not?
I think that would be my first target, would be to do that, to show that.
Good point.
Yeah.
Matt?
Well, I'm brushing off the whole thing, but what's going on with the sign up thing?
I'm trying to get the power. I don't know if the power was cut when they did, but I can't get it to turn on. I've been trying and I can't get it to turn on, so I don't know where we are.
There's I'll show you when we
When
leave.
we leave, yeah, show me, because I didn't want to mess with anything, because I didn't want to screw anything up, but yeah, I think they must.
Rather you run it. I think Paul is the only one that knew.
I've been trying, but
I would
I think
put it
I'm
on
okay, but I
eBay.
just need to get it on.
Yeah.
You could probably pay for the bridge and sell it on eBay.
I know.
Remember that?
It would be handy if it worked.
Yeah, if it worked, yeah. And then
I'm trying, I just couldn't.
Usually
get it
it's so
to turn on.
fast you couldn't read it.
the last time when it worked, the same message was on there for like 2 years. in a
Yeah.
row.
You can also use it at night if you get lost in the woods, you just walk through the lane wherever you are. in town.
I suggested that they show movies at night. And people could park and we could charge, you know, like the old drive-in.
Okay, we're going down here. Yeah.
Then you gotta have heaters,
Huh?
you gotta have to have heaters for the winter.
Well, I,
Your flashlight is on.
Your flashlight's on, you're gonna.
Oh,
yeah,
There
I'm
goes
looking
your
for the
back.
power button.
I have 2 just quick things, if you're all through here. but- Okay. One public service announcement / reminder that the Memorial Day parade is on Memorial Day. As you might have guessed, lineup starts at 10:30 up at Flying Pond, as per usual. Everyone will walk down to the downtown, little ceremony. And hope everyone can be there, enjoy the event. Cool. Someone's just in the waiting room, hang on. And then the other thing is just to share a little update that Mike, our emergency manager, has been in touch with the folks at the county emergency management about storm damage from the big rainstorm. And is kindly collecting a lot of data from all the various folks in town to submit forms to hopefully get some reimbursement from that. So fingers crossed. And thank you to Mike.
I have 2 trees down at the cemetery, so
Oh,
I'll throw in.
yeah, good idea.
Yeah, there was one at your, behind you.
Down at the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw
Charlie
that.
took care of it.
Oh, did it? Because we were gonna get that.
Oh,
I don't have anything.
anybody else?
Just to remind people about the candidates night, Thursday night, 7.
Where is it going to be?
Community center.
So what's the,
Just-
I can. Just remind me of my question, what was the water from the tap tested at the community center? It was in that.
Yeah.
Was that just pulled from one source?
Yeah.
Was it the kitchen
The
sink?
well had got
Underwater.
underwater.
Well, I know, I just wonder if, sometimes the source, so that if you pull it from the kitchen sink, you know, you get,
Yeah, you have to be careful.
but that depends on how. Sometimes
They
before you
tested
take
for
action, you
radon,
spend a
too.
lot of money,
It didn't have enough rate on that
yeah.
worried about.
It might be worthwhile testing again before you spend a lot of money shocking it, just because of the source and whatever, and I don't know if it was professionally pulled, but. Because sometimes you prepare food and it's not aerate, you know, you don't pull a little aerator thing out of there, it'll go, you'll get, because the tolerance is 0 for bacteria. And none of your sinks are 0. No one's gonna get sick from a little bit, but unfortunately, the EPA tolerance for bacteria is 0. And so if you pull a sample and you don't get 0, you get a fail, and there's,
Yeah, you're supposed to put the water for.
yeah, but you're gonna pull the aerator out of the sink and run it, but kitchen sinks have bacteria, and especially if it's, you know, a place where it's not clean, but I don't know, something to consider. If it's that bad, it might be worth pulling or if it's close, I don't know what the results are, it might be worth pulling it again when you let it run for a little while, and, because that's a place where the water sits.
How often does it get tested for?
How
How
often?
often do we?
It's never been tested.
It's been it's been tested.
Really? Anna?
I just wanted to say that. It's been tested, but it probably has been
It's been a
a
while.
while.
It should be every year.
It should, yes.
Yeah,
I mean, for $55 what it costs.
Yeah, and that water
Public
sits,
supply.
yeah.
we don't test this one because we know it's real bad.
And the only reason I bring this up is because the fire department gets tested every year, right?
That public one behind it.
Fire department doesn't finish that. I mean, Jason said he did.
We tested it and it's, well, we do not, we pull the hose from that and we put a marker. It would have to be tested every single month. If
I'm
it's
not even
for
talking
public.
about public water supply. I'm just saying, does the fire department test their water supply every year?
I don't
Oh,
know.
like in the, for their
That would be
kitchen.
an
Because it is a commercial building is what I'm saying. I mean, most commercial buildings.
I don't think so. I think they use water, bottled water.
Well, yeah.
You'd have to look in their budget.
I mean, I have to have mine at the house tested every year because of foster care. And we've always tested fine.
I don't know. It'd be a good thing to check. The library, all the buildings that test.
Yeah. The last time the community center tested, it was fine, just to assuage the fears of everyone who's been drinking the water there.
Well cap on that. Once they test, get something that they have now for their seal, so. If it should flood again, the water wouldn't go down into the well.
You can seal them?
The taps are made that way.
It's a good idea for that place.
Water tight.
It's, yeah, it's right next to the lake.
Yeah, it'll come down and it's,
Very low.
Yeah, probably should look into that.
All right.
Anything else? I move that we adjourn at 7:48
Second.
and vote 3-0.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night.